A lot of people are reporting to have shone a light on these drones, and the minute they shine a light on the drone switches its lights off, and people are perplexed and amazed by this and saying this is beyond normal, supernatural or paranormal. But is there a natural explanation with the known technology that we've had for a number of decades? I studied electrical engineering. I'm also a qualified teacher. So on the board here, I've got a schematic diagram of an LDR in a circuit, in an electronic circuit. You may ask, what is an LDR? It stands for light dependent resistor. So this is the LDR, and we're going to pretend this whole system is the drone, or more specifically, let's say this is the section of the drone that gets the light shone on it. So when there is no light shone on the LDR, also known as a photoresistor, we have an electronic micro switch, which is called an NPN transistor, NPN, and we have the collector, which is negatively charged, the base is positive, and the emitter is negative. So let's say the drone is flying in the night sky, there's no light being shone on the drone. The circuit of the drone is operating at a high resistance, which causes a decrease in current, and the voltage drop across here is increased, an increase in voltage drop. This is what we call a divider circuit. And what happens is when the voltage drop is high, the base on this microswitch or this transistor is operating at a threshold of 0.7 volts. So it is high, it is positive, and the current in the drone is flowing through the circuit. And there is current, and the drone lights are on because the base is positive, it's exceeded the threshold of 0.7 volts, and current is flowing down the collector through the base and down the emitter. This is what we call a diode. It is a semiconductor component. So now let's say someone shines their light onto the drone. So light rays begin to hit the LDR or hit the drone area where there is a sensor. All of a sudden what happens is the light or the LDR is now receiving an illumination, and immediately the resistance in the circuit begins to decrease. And when the resistance decreases, the current increases, and there is a lower voltage drop. So what happens is this becomes more negative. It drops below the 0.7 volt threshold, and the base switches off the transistor and the current is disconnected, and all of a sudden there's no current flow, and the drone automatically switches off its lights. So very basic electronics. We've had it for a number of decades already. Now, because it's Christmas, I thought I'd use something quite contemporary, and that is what probably many of you have in your garden. It is a Christmas light, or a solar powered LED Christmas light. So during the day when the sun is out, the light is off because light is shining on the solar panel, on the sensor or the LDR. If I place my hand over the panel, no light is now hitting the LDR sensor, and all of a sudden the LED light comes on. Pretty basic. So that explains why the drone's lights automatically go off when light is shone on them. Not supernatural, not paranormal, quite logic. Technology that we've had for a number of years. But now the orbs and the plasmoids that we're seeing, that's a totally different story.